Hi there, John Cannell here with Agent Website. In this video, I'll show you how to use your Agent Website plus Pro IDX plus CRM plan to send an email blast to 500 or more CRM contacts. If you have fewer than 500 CRM contacts, I'll put a link on the screen where you can learn to send an email blast to 500 or fewer contacts. So let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing you should do is log in to the Agent Website Control Panel. I'll put a link on screen here that you can use to learn how to do that if you've never logged in. But the easy way is go to your home page of your own website, scroll to the bottom, click the padlock on the bottom left, and log in. And that will get you to the Agent Website Control Panel. Once you're logged in, go ahead and on the blue bar on the top, click the IDX link. That will open the IDX control panel. So once you're in the IDX control panel, I'm going to take you through 7 steps, and they are, just quickly, first we're going to add a contact for yourself that you'll be able to send test emails to so you can see what your blast is going to look like. Then we'll quickly create a campaign. Then we'll add your email message to the campaign with some text and some smart content and maybe some images. And that smart content can be automatically generated property listings and market information. Step 4, we're going to set the email to go out immediately. Step 5, we're going to send a test to ourselves to make sure that we like the way that the email looks. And then step 6, we're going to select which leads we want to send the campaign to, and we're going to immediately send it. And then step 7, we will review the report of the activity from the campaign after it has been sent. So let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, these steps I'll list in the description of this video, so you can fast forward to any of the steps if you want to get there quickly. So first step is add a contact for yourself to send test emails to. So you're going to want to set up your email and send yourself a test so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to use our Gmail account. It's an email account that I use for sending tests to. So first thing I'm going to do is in the IDX control panel, I am going to go to my CRM, to my lead list, and I'm going to click Add New. And I'm going to call this Email Blast Test. Here you would normally put a person's name, and the email address I'm going to put is our Gmail address. So agentwebsiteteam@gmail.com. Please don't send email to this address if you need help. We only use this for testing. If you need help with Agent Website and you need to send an email, send it to support@agentwebsite.net. So we're just going to create this ET lead, email test lead, as a contact that we can send email to ourselves. So this contact will basically be us. I'm just entering an email and a name, and I'm going to click Save. So now we have a new lead for ourselves. So step 2 is we're going to head and we're going to create a campaign. So click Communications on the top bar. Click Marketing Automation on the left. And you'll see that we have some pre-configured campaigns here that can be sent in a variety of different ways, and they have multiple messages. So some of these campaigns will go for, they'll send email and text messages for up to 200 days. In this case, we're going to create a campaign that sends one email message, and it will send it to as many subscribers as we want to add to it. So first thing we do is we just click Create Campaign, and we give it a name. So this is the name that we reference internally. So I'm going to just call this Blast 500 plus. If you're creating a campaign and maybe it's your monthly newsletter, you might call it the August 2025 newsletter. It's just a reference for you internally, and you can put a description so you have something, so only you're going to see this. Then we're going to choose what type of content, what type of smart content what we're going to base the smart content on if we use it in this campaign. We can either base the smart content on the profile of your lead or on a market, and the market is an area that you may have set up. So if I say I know all of my leads are in a certain city and I have a market set up for that, I can choose market and then I can select one of these cities. But in this case, I'm going to choose based on lead profile, and I'm going to assume that I haven't set up markets that I want to send information about just yet. And so this way, if a lead has looked at property or they have engaged with your website in any way, then the content will be the listing content and the statistics content will be automatically intelligently updated to match their interests. I'm going to go ahead and check the email branding box, and we'll talk about that later. And I'm going to go ahead and click add. So now I have created my campaign and I can see it here, and I can see some metrics. So the first thing we're going to do is create an email message inside of our campaign. So normally, like I said, campaigns can have multiple messages. They can also include text messages for people who have subscribed and opted into text messaging. In this case, we're going to do an email blast. So I'm going to add one message and it will be an email. And I'm going to give the name of my email, my email a name. So this is internal. This is for you to see. Your recipients won't see this name. So I'm going to just call it Blast Email 500 Plus. You might want to name it something like, August 2025 newsletter. So this is the email message inside your campaign. The subject line is something that your recipients will see. So it should be short, it should be captivating. The email subject line makes a lot of difference when people are scanning their inbox to decide what they're going to click on and what they're going to not click on. So if you have something exciting and compelling going on with your business, you might make that part of your subject line. I'm just going to, in this case, going to call it Blast 500 Plus. And so we'll use that, we'll know what it is when we see it. So now that we have named this, we're going to start to add some content to our email. So this little box down here is where we're going to build our email message. My suggestion to you is keep the formatting of your email message simple. Because people are very likely going to look at it on a mobile device, on a cell phone. So if you get into making a very complex email, people are short on time and short on attention, so they may miss something that you've made more complex. So in this case, I'm just going to start with a greeting. So I'll click this text box on the right and drag it in here with my mouse and release it. And so now I can customize this text. So I'm going to say hello, and I create a greeting, and I'm going to, so here is where I would put my message text here. And so if I have some initial text or for a welcome, or welcome to or here's an update from our office, or from your agent, this is where you would put your initial text. So now I'm going to drag in some smart content. So I'm going to click here and drag in some smart content, and you can see it just kind of sticks to the bottom of this text. There's two kinds of smart content that can be automatically generated. I'm going to click on it, and you'll see that in the right blade here we can either choose similar listings or area stats. Similar listings are property listings that may be of interest to your lead based on anything the system knows about your lead. If you choose area stats, it will do the same thing, and it will produce area stats about listings, days on market, prices, this type of information. So I'm going to do two of them. First, I'm going to lead with similar listings, And then I'm going to drag in a picture. I'm going to actually choose this, click over here on the right to images. And here I can search for images. So I'm just going to search home and click enter and choose an image that I think might match the tone of my email. So I kind of like this one. It's a nice interior. I'm just going to drag it here. So now you can see we have some text. This will automatically populate with listings, and here we have a nice image. This could also be an image that you have of your own. If you click content and you click image and you drag it in, it will let you upload an image of your own. I would say with images, be conservative. You probably know this, but a lot of email programs won't show images by default. So when you get the email, the image may not show unless you tell your email program to show the images. So I would say be conservative with including a lot of images. And then below this image, let's drag in some more smart content. So below this, I'm going to drag in similar listings. But I'm going to change it to area stats. So now our email has a greeting. It has some initial text, which can be as long as I want it to be. It's going to show some listings. It'll be a block of 3 or 4 listings. It'll have an image, and then it will have some area stats. And then let's put some text at the bottom. So I'm just going to click out of this and drag in some, scroll down here. Oh, we lost our area stats. Let's put our area stats back. So we got smart content, area stats. Okay, now below area stats, we have another area stats. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one and drag in some text. So now we have similar listings, a photo, some area stats, and then a text block. And so this is where I would put the rest of my email message. And you can format your newsletter, your email blast however you like. You don't have to use this order or this format. Here I'm just going to put more email message that could be paragraphs, etc. And then I'm going to put warm regards, and then I'm going to put a closing. So I'll put, and then my name. And so that would be, in your case, you would type your actual name. So, and then below that we have this one that was left over. I'm going to go ahead and delete this here. So I'm going to hover over the similar listings that somehow got stuck down here and hover over the trash can to delete it. So now we have a closing with my name, which you would include your real name, area stats, an image above that, similar listings, and an introduction. So this is our email. So now I am going to go ahead and save this, and by clicking the blue save button. Now that we have it saved, we're going to set the stage. So the first stage, we're going to set it to send after 1 minute. And what this will do is this will send the email 1 minute after you add the leads to the campaign. So in our stage, in our step in a few minutes, we're going to add a bunch of leads to this campaign. It will wait 1 minute and then it will send the email. These stages normally you can set them to go for days or weeks, and you can have multiple stages. So you can have an email campaign that will go for 6 months, and it will send an email once a week, say. So in this case, we're doing an email campaign with one stage, which is our one email. And so now that we have this set to 1 minute, let's go ahead and send ourselves a test. So we know that we've added our lead, our contact for ourselves in the beginning of this video. So now we go ahead and click on Actions and Send Test. And it's going to ask us which lead that we want to send it to. So remember, we created a lead that was called Email Blast Test. That was us. That was our test contact that we added in the first step. So now I'm going to send myself a test of this email. So I'm going to click Send, and it's sending the email, and it has been sent. So now I'm going to pop over to my Gmail, and I'm going to refresh my inbox to see the email that was sent out. Here is our email that we just sent out, our test. We can see that it has that subject. Normally this would be your subject that you created, saying, our monthly newsletter, or something captivating, and then a little preview of what's in the email. So let's take a look. Okay, so this email, you'll see it has your logo and your contact information, your greeting, and your first text, some listings that were automatically selected. If the recipient clicks on any of these links, they will go to your website, go back to your website. They can also save it to favorites or view details, or view more new listings. Here's the image that we chose. Here is some relevant statistics. And then here's the rest of your email message. This is where you would put your name. This is the information that's required by state and federal laws. And this is the email footer. Now, I'm going to show you quickly how to send a test that does not have this information here at the photo here at the bottom, and the logo and text here at the top, in which we call the branding. So this here at the top and this here at the bottom is called the email branding. So let's send a text, or let's send a test email that does not have that branding. So what we do is we go back to our IDX control panel. We're in our campaign. So the way we would get there, if we were just coming back, we would go Communications, Marketing Automation, Campaigns. We're in our Blast 500 campaign that we're creating, and this is the one we just created and sent a test of. Let's go to Settings, and I'm going to uncheck Email Branding and save it. So what this will do is when we send a test now, the test will be delivered without the branding at the top and the bottom. It will still have the text that's required by law, but it won't have the information at the top and bottom. So if you want that information in your email, you'll need to actually place it in the body of the email that you created in your campaign. Otherwise, you can use this email branding. And so let's go ahead and send a test. After we send the test, I'm going to show you where you can upload that photo and logo and set up your email branding. So let's go ahead. Now we've unchecked email branding. We've saved it, and let's go back to our campaign and send another test so we can see what it looks like without the branding. So remember, our test lead that we're going to send ourselves to is called Email Blast Test. This, if we want to send a test to someone else, we would choose any one of our leads here, and I can start typing and it will come up. So we're going to send it to ourselves. I'm clicking Send Now. We can see that it's sending, and it has been sent. Okay, so let's go over to our email and take a look at this message that we just sent. Here it is. Now, bear in mind that your email, whether it's Gmail or Outlook or whatever email provider you use, it may take some time for the email to be sent, and it may take some time for your email provider to process the email. So, give it a few minutes, even 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure you check all of your folders. Depending on your message, if your subject line looks a little spammy, then your email provider may move it to the spam folder. So make sure you check there. And if it does, you may want to think about adjusting your subject or the body of your message. So, and that's why this test function exists. So let's go ahead and take a look at this email that we sent. Remember, we unchecked the branding box. So this message will not have the branding at the top and bottom. And here it is. It just starts directly with the greeting. And here's the text. Here are the relevant new listings. I can click here to see more new listings. Here's the image that we chose. Here are the area stats, and here's my closing, and this is where I would place my name, and this is the information that is required by law. So you can choose whether you want to send the email with branding or without. This is without branding, and this is with branding. This is where your logo and information will go, and this is where your photo and information will go. And let me show you quickly where you can configure this branding so you can use it if you like. So to configure the branding that will be used for emails, click Setup and go to Email, Alert and Email Settings on the left, and Branding. And something to note here is you can upload a photo and a logo, and you can enter your business information. You can preview it and save it. Something to note is once you have uploaded a photo, there is no delete function. If you upload a photo or a logo and you need it deleted, you'll need to send us an email or give us a call at support@agentwebsite.net or 888-320-2922 to remove those items. So under those, we have business information and phone number, company information, and address. And so you can preview it, you can click Save, you can click Upload to upload a photo, click Upload to upload a logo. So and that's how you set up your branding. So if we go back to our campaign, which is Communications, Marketing Automation, and then we go to Campaigns and we look at our campaign, go back to Settings, we can see we have the email branding turned off. I am going to turn email branding back on because I like having that contact information in the header and footer, and I'm going to click Save. So now we have our campaign ready to go. We've tested it. We've looked at both ways of sending with branding and without. We've decided we want to go with the branding. Now we are going to add our 500 plus leads to the campaign and send them. So to do that, we know that we have more than 500 leads in our CRM. So let's go take a look. Click CRM on the top and click Lead List. And so we can see if we look here, we have 825 leads. So when you first get here, this may be set at 20 rows, and so it'll show 1 of 20 of 825. Go ahead and set it to 100 rows. That's important. So now if I scroll this, I'll see the first 100 leads. Okay, so in this case, we're going to send to all of our leads. If you wanted to filter this list down and reduce it a little bit, you could filter by tags or by status. The more you filter the list, the fewer leads will show because you can set it to only show buyers or only people who you've set up as a homeowner with a tag. And we have another help article about how to send bulk email based on tags, and I will put a link on screen here. So, but that's not what this tutorial is about. So let's go ahead and click clear. We haven't applied any filters. We're going to send to all 825 leads. So what we do is we click this box at the top to select the first 100, and we can see it says Edit 100 leads. We go to the bottom right, click this next arrow. We're now looking at the next 200. We can see it's 100 to 200. So I click the box, and now it has added those 100 to the list that we're going to work with. So now we have 200. And then I'm going to repeat this process. I click the next arrow and then the checkbox to select the next 100. And I keep doing this until I have selected all 825 leads. And so we're at 800. We have one more batch. This will get us the 825. So now we have selected all 825 of our leads, and we can do a couple of operations. So we click this little caret here to drop down and choose an option. We are going to add to campaign, and we are going to choose our campaign. And so we know our campaign is called Blast 500 Plus. You may have named this, August 2025 newsletter, or whatever you wanted to name it. So I'm going to choose this. Now, this is important. As soon as I click this save button, that 1 minute clock starts ticking, and after 1 minute, your campaign will start sending. So it's important that you have chosen the leads that you want to choose correctly before you click this save button to subscribe your leads. And it's also important that you have set up your email first, like we did in this video. Don't subscribe your leads and then create the email, because the email will not go out to the leads. You have to create the email first. So I'm going to go ahead and click save, and this will start the process. So now we have added those leads to our campaign. So let's go back to our campaign. I'm going to click Communications. I'm going to click Marketing Automation. I'm going to click my campaign, and we can see here that the subscribers number is growing, and it will grow until it reaches the number of subscribers that we've added. So now we just wait. So it'll take at least 1 minute for the campaign to start sending, because remember, we set it to send after 1 minute. So if I go back to the campaigns, I can see we have 825 subscribers. After 1 minute, your campaign will start sending. Depending on how many subscribers you added, it can take 5-10 minutes. It can take a half an hour. I would even give it an hour if you have a bigger list or more. So here, you want to be patient. This is working in such a way that it will send your emails out gradually, so they don't get blocked by the receiving mail server. So you're not like sending a massive bulk of email all at once. They get sent out slowly over time. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. I'm going to give it a pause here, and I will come back after about 30 minutes, and we will take a look at the reporting to see how many emails went out and if we had anybody click on any of our emails. Okay, so I have waited about an hour, and we're back. I can see now on my campaign page, after I reloaded the page, that 825 messages were sent to my 825 subscribers. There were 2 opens and 1 links. This means that 1 link was clicked. Now, I was the recipient of these messages, so I opened 2 emails, and on one of the emails I clicked a property listing, which took me back to the website. So we can see some useful information here, and we can also drill down to the campaign itself. We can see here we had 2 clicks and 1 opens, and this will change over time as more people open the message. Now I sent this to fake leads for purposes of demonstration. So the only actual recipients was me. So I opened 2 of them and clicked on 1. But we can see here that the subscribers tab shows no subscribers, and that is because this campaign is now done. If the campaign had more stages, if it had multiple messages that were set to go out, in a few days and then in a few weeks, and maybe had some text messages added to it, and that were in the future, we would still see subscribers listed here. But because the campaign is now completed, the subscribers are not showing, and so now I'm going to click Showing Active, and it switches to Showing All. I'll just click that again. So this is active subscribers. There are none showing because the campaign is ended. I click it again. Now it's showing all subscribers, and these are all of the subscribers in my campaign, and we can see that the date that the messages were sent. So now, and the stage. Now we only sent 1 stage, which was that 1 email. So if our campaign had multiple stages, we could see where they were. If I click Opens, this will sort my 2 leads that actually opened the email at the top, and if I want to see who clicked it, I can see that I clicked it. So I sent myself one of these leads. I was the recipient. So if I click here, now I can also see that I'm starting to get an engagement rating. So when I look at my lead list, I can sort by this engagement rating and see the folks who were most engaged. And if I look at my history here or my subscriptions, I can see that I am a recipient. I'm subscribed to this Blast Plus 500 and that it is complete. And I got this message on this date and I had one click through. So this concludes this video, which shows how to send an email blast to 500 or more CRM contacts using your agent website plus Pro IDX plus CRM plan. If you have questions or you need help with this, we'd like to hear from you. Give us a call at 888-320-2922, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. all North American time zones, or visit us on the web at agentwebsite.net. This is John Cannell with Agent Website, and I will see you in the next one.